You get stale.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
You forget about things like stale.
Popcorn. Popcorn. Stale popcorn.
Popcorn.
Pop.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
Hello and welcome to the Stale Popcorn Podcast. I'm Steven, and with me as always is my co-host Christopher. Chris, how are you?
I'm Will. How are you?
I'm doing good. Let's jump into it. We got timestamps below if you want to take around, skip a jaunt. We're going to be talking Squid Game Season 3, The Bear, Jurassic World, and other things. You got news, Chris?
The Bear has been renewed for season 5.
Oh boy.
Shocker.
Yeah.
And
Glenn's Corner, where I'm sitting in the corner looking at nothing but a picture of Glenn.
first trailer for Edgar Wright's The Running Man starring Glenn Powell has been released.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Did you
good.
see?
I
did you
see.
like?
I did like, yeah. What'd you think?
He's running.
Mm-hmm.
He's a man.
Yeah, no false advertising there. Edgar Wright, one of my favorite directors. It just looks fun. It's got that fun style. I will say, however, we've had this movie kind of before, this type of movie. I don't know if you've seen the one with John Cena and Aquafina.
Yes.
Horrible.
Remember that other movie we did, Self-Reliance?
Oh, yeah, the Lost Episode.
The Lost Episode. Do you remember that 5-minute episode thing? It was like Quibbly or something.
Oh, Quibi, yeah.
Quibi.
Yes, with
they
Liam
did one
Hemsworth.
with Liam and Christoph
Mhm.
Waltz. They did one with Sid from Ice Age. I remember watching that as a kid.
John Leguizamo?
Yep, he's
Ooh,
getting
cool.
hunted down by people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun concept.
Yeah.
None of them had Glenn or Edgar.
Yeah, this one looks fun, though. I really like the vibe of it. Looks fun, action-packed. He's bloody jumping from a train to a river exploding. I'm like, that's
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, all about it. Michael Cera, he's in it too. He looks fun.
Yeah.
He's going to be our point of view character, the one we relate to the most.
Yep.
Anyway, looks good. Excited.
That's all I got, Steve. You got any news?
I got nothing. But what we can do, we're doing a triple header. Squid Game, The Bear, and Jurassic World. Do you want to start with Squid Game? Season
I
2?
did see a movie.
Oh, you saw a movie. Okay, I apologize.
In honor of my boy, Big Die here,
Mm-hmm.
I saw Megan
Oh,
2.0.
yes.
You see the first one?
I didn't actually know.
I got 5 words for you, Steve. Hold on to your vaginas.
Whoa, I did not expect the last word. Okay, sure.
Is crucial to the plot. It's in the trailer. You never seen that trailer 18 times before
Never.
you go watch a flick?
Never. So you just came at me with some random words.
You know the concept.
I get it. Yeah.
Robot. Evil.
Yeah, then it turns good or something.
The first one I thought was fine, whatever, but it was like a horror movie. This one, they get rid of the horror and they just go action, I guess. And it's like your typical robot, but she's on the good side now. They're teaming up with her because there's an evil robot.
There's always a bigger fish.
And she's fighting that robe. He's teaming up with humans. And the only way to destroy the AI is to,
Be the AI.
we got to think like AI. It's kind of fun, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not like go see in the theater or anything crazy, but I think I probably liked it better than the first one. It's definitely silly.
Let me ask you this. Will there be a viral TikTok dance associated with it?
Probably.
Okay.
She does the robot. That was kind of fun. I feel like there's a couple parts I laughed. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Fair enough.
I say we go Bear, Squid Game, Jurassic.
Yeah, we can do that. So the Bear Season 4, we're here. There's kind of a lot that happens, but also not really. Continuation from the 3rd season. They're chasing after that star still, I guess. Sometimes they're not. That meaningless star made by that tire company.
Yep, Michelin.
There's honestly too much character development and not enough story, if I can say politely. Also, we're spoiling all this, by the way.
If I may be so bold, Steve,
Mm-hmm.
I like season 1 and 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 I didn't care for. This one I thought was better than season 3. But
Okay.
I still wouldn't say I loved it. I liked it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Because it starts off the first 2 episodes. I'll watch it because I'm going to do a podcast on it. But I'm like, if I didn't have this, I would have stopped. I don't think I would have got past. Because you can only get so many of those Carmen freaking out and these brain sequences. And he's
Looking
getting
absolutely
anxious.
schmacked all the time.
I know. And I can only take so many of those where I'm like, all right, can we move it on? They stop it with him after a couple of episodes, which I'm like, thank you. But then they kind of shifted over to that one girl from The Bear, you know?
Mm-hmm. She was great and Wicked, yeah.
They got a lot of cameos. You
Yeah,
get
yeah.
Brie Larson. I don't think she was in any of the other seasons. You bring back a bunch. You got Bob Odenkirk and obviously Jamie Lee and
John Mulaney, Sarah Paulson. Like you, I really dug the first 2 seasons. And I'm a bit conflicted because we were kind of sold on a specific product in the first 2 seasons, and it's not that product as much anymore, if at all. And I feel like it's lost the plot a little bit because, yeah, they're chasing that star, but it's not really in the top of mind. It's more about developing the characters, which is cool. I feel like maybe it's all about growth, and the stars maybe not the most important thing because characters go through this journey, albeit very long journey. My biggest con, though, Christopher, above everything else, is that table. If you recall, in the wedding episode, there's that ever-expanding giant table straight from Harry Potter. It went from, this is a cute moment, to how many people are going to fit under this table, to how big is this table? Man, I can't, let me see the end of it.
it's like Narnia's closet.
Oh, yeah. Felt like a Monty Python sketch, honestly, because it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And there were like 20 people at the end of it. And all I could think about was, where's this? It's a big table. The table's huge, Chris.
I think that's a pro.
Okay.
I like going under a table.
The reason it's a con for me is that's all I could think about for the rest of the series. Thinking about Josh Hartnett and that table. Is it his table? Did he have the catering company bring it?
I don't know.
Did he
It's a good question.
build it?
I'm sure they'll let us know in season 5.
Pros, though, good character development. I liked it. I think there's some really good quiet moments. Carmi and his mom was a good scene. Carmi and Bob Odenkirk was a good scene. And I felt like a teenager again, Chris. It made me feel things. I was having feelings again. It just hit me in the feels sometimes, expressing their thoughts. I wonder what that would be like. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I give that like a 7.5 out of 10.
What would you give season 3?
Probably like a 7.
I think I would probably give this like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 is like a 6, I guess.
Fair enough. Speaking of fair enough, Will Poulter there's too.
He sure is.
Always good to see him. Moving on though, Chris.
Mhm.
Squidward's Game Season 3. Buddy, we're spoiling it all, by the way. What'd you think? How would you rank this season among the others?
I thought it was the second best season.
Really? I thought it was the third worst.
Or you could say the third best, glass half full.
Okay, third best. How about that?
There's a lot of characters where I'm like, I don't care about this. I don't think anyone, like the druggy kid, the shy kid,
Oh, yeah.
where they keep showing him and he's freaking out and like, am I supposed to care about this guy? Am I supposed to be sad that they're going to kill him? And they just like keep showing him freaking out. I'm like, no one cares.
Yeah.
Like this isn't adding anything to it to me.
I had 2 people that I cared about. Ji-hyun and Ji-hyun's shadow, I guess.
His shadow.
Just him alone, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't care about him, or they'd show like the old lady's son a bunch, or
the old lady.
nun lady, or her. And then they have that whole storyline with the brother trying to find the island.
Oh, yeah. What a loser.
I'm like, is this guy... He's got to be dumb or something. His buddy or whatever figures it out in like a day when he's on land. He's like, oh, this guy, he's working for them. I got evidence here. There's a picture of him with the guy here. But for whatever reason, the detective, I think he needs to do another aptitude test or whatever they call the career choice and switch fields because he's not very good at his job.
Oh, yeah. To speak to that, there's a form of nepotism playing on there. Because this dude did nothing for 3 seasons, and he got $45 billion because his brother worked for the company. You know what I mean? There's a lot in this season where it's like, I don't care about this. The whole organ subplot, didn't care for that. But I think the stupidest thing and the biggest con was it's a stupid ending.
Yep.
And by that, I mean Kate Blanchett, surprise cameo.
Playing that one Korean game in the streets
America,
of
get that
San
out.
Francisco
That
or whatever.
does not belong in America. I tell you that for free.
I know. She should be playing Red Rover, doing a rock, paper, scissors. We're talking
Wall ball, something. Even though David Fincher's attached to direct, I'm just not in it at all. I think there's a whole Squid Game cinematic universe they're starting, and I'm like, I don't think I could be less here for it, especially after this season. Because if I know Americans... You know, we're good at 2 things: funnel cakes and making Korean dramas worse.
Yep. I'm trying to think of a single Korean remake that was good even.
Yeah.
Because they did The Old Boy, which no one liked.
Yeah.
None of it works. They're doing a Train to Busan. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no, I haven't heard that, yeah.
I heard they're doing an American version of that.
Point being, they're just milking it, and I don't want it.
The reason why these shows work more is I feel like Koreans are more savages when it comes to like the plot, where they'll just like kill a guy and they'll just do it in the most messed up way and make it seem like normal. They just kill off everyone versus like, if this show was American this season, for example, there's no way it would just be a baby alive at the end. It'd be like they'd have their group of people. One person would die, maybe two, but somehow they'd all end up alive. You wouldn't have the main guy 4, 5, 6. You wouldn't have him strangling, chasing, hunting him down. They wouldn't throw all these in versus Koreans. They do it right here.
Yeah. It'd also be different. So in the Korean version, it's presumed that Americans are watching the games, the American billionaires. So are Koreans going to be watching this game?
Yeah.
And is it going to be bad dialogue on their part as well? Because goodness gracious, I could not get over that. It was so obnoxious, so distracting to have these billionaires be like, well, I guess who's 222 is a super, I was like, goodness gracious.
You're better with your mouth closed.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look, I get it. We, the watchers, we're the billionaires. We're just like them, that we like to watch these people die or whatever. I'm on that billionaire mindset, Chris. I get it. I get the message, but like, do it better. Please, just be better.
Or I'm failing you.
A lot of annoying things in this season. Also, a lot of people are complaining about the main guy's 4, 5, 6's ending. And I'm like, how did you think this was going to end? Like you're saying, Americans would have him win twice and get $90 billion. And I was like, that's not development. He's got to take the whole system down. He's got to sacrifice himself. And I was like, that's cool.
I turned to my wife and I said, he's going to sacrifice himself.
Me too. I did that. He's going to sacrifice himself. Exact same thing, dude. Great minds think alike. Along with that, it lacks tension a lot of times because you're like, oh, who's going to die? Probably the guy who's had the least amount of screen time. Also, the B and C plot, we talked a little bit. The organ harvesting lady goes into the front man's room. It's very easy almost for her to get in there and kind of burn the documents and stuff. And it's almost made me think like, why doesn't anyone do this before? Because she made it seem like it's kind of easy. Because everyone here monologues a bunch, gives them enough time to grab a gun or whatever. Everyone loves a monologue. Doesn't matter the time. It was all right. Pretty good season.
One of my main questions is you got the front man. You figure out he was in the games and he slit their throats and all that, but it still doesn't really explain how he ended up being the front man, or did I just miss that?
I think he was presumed he won the game and was like,
and he's like, I like this. I'll
do
keep
you
doing
want
this.
46 billion won, or do you want to be part of the problem? One more con. I think it's aggressively Korean in that everyone says what they're thinking to a fault. I think that happens a lot in manga where it's just you get to see people's thoughts, and that's quite annoying to see everyone just saying exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, we have to explain this game. If you draw 2, then I have to draw another one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it.
Let's discuss this.
Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of annoying at times. But pros, good characters. And by that, I mean the main guy.
Yeah.
I liked him
main
a lot.
guy. I liked the detective's friend. I thought he was good.
The only
and
competent
fun.
one? Yeah.
Murders a CGI dog.
Oh, yeah.
It hooks you. It's a really easy watch, and you'll keep watching. We talked about The Bear earlier. The Bear, it's not one I could just like binge through. I see it 2 episodes. I got to take a break here.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, I want to know what's going to happen. It was 6 episodes, I think. So, I mean, it's a pretty quick, easy weekend watch, which I always find a plus. I think I'd give it like a 7.5, 8 maybe.
Very good.
How about you?
I said a 7. It kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit because I'm a big fan. I don't know if you ever seen of MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Nope.
Look it up. You'll have a laugh. I was looking forward to more of the games. So there was less of the games. Yeah. What was your favorite game in this one?
Probably Tag, actually.
That was a good
fun.
One, yeah, I'd probably say Tag. But anyway, it was pretty good.
Well, should we move on to our last one?
If you want to, yeah.
Jurassic World, Lost Kingdom, Fallen Kingdom. Which one are we on these
Jurassic
days?
World After Birth.
Oh, welcome to After Birth.
Listen, we can do some plot details, and then we'll go into some spoilers. No spoilers here. You got Scarlett Johansson. She's a mercenary, gun for hire. Pretty ambiguous character, if you ask me. She's doing her best Han Solo impression if he was on Xanax, maybe? Is that right?
Sounds right.
She gets contacted by that guy who's from something else. He's a skeevy little businessman, and he's like, we need to go to this island to extract some samples of some dinosaurs. You've seen the trailer. And she takes Jonathan Bailey of Wicked fame. He's a scientist. He's a real pencil-pushing nerd. And they're like, hey, do you want to see a dinosaur? He's like, okay, sure, I'll do it. So they go on, they meet Mahershala Ali, and they go to the island. And is it an easy ride? Is it a tough ride? Who knows? Do they succeed in their mission? Who's to say? Chris, what'd you think of it?
Let me tell you this, Steve. I saw this a couple weeks ago. I show up to that Mystery Monday. Theater's packed. No one knows what it's going to be. People are whispering, I wonder if it's going to be F1 or maybe Megan, because those were coming out that week. And we watched the trailers, and then all of a sudden, the movie screen pauses, and then the lights turn on, and we're like, oh, what? Of course, the theater's broken. And then this, 15-year-old employer walks out. Excuse me. This is a very special movie. We just want to thank you for being who you are, but please don't take any pictures or else we may have to murder you. All right, thank you. And everyone's like, oh, what's it going to... Everyone gave him a standing O just for saying that. And we're like, oh. And then it shows the movie and it does the little featurette and it's ScarJo and Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala. And it shows the little Jurassic World logo on the corner and everyone's... What? Are you kidding me? And everyone stood up, high-fiving people, throwing people around, crowd surfing, throwing the popcorn in the air, chicken jockey. Everyone was losing their minds. And the movie started and people were hyped. And the theater loved this movie, let me tell you, Steve.
Nice.
So maybe that might influence it, but it was better than I thought.
Oh.
Based off the trailers and the last 2 Jurassic Worlds, I was not looking forward to it, really. I'm going 7, but maybe it's just because I had a good experience and my expectations were so low. How about you, Steve?
Gotcha. Okay. I would not recommend it to anyone ever.
All right.
Yeah. Solid 3 out of 10. As solid as I can give.
Is that your lowest for the year?
Oh, yeah. No, this is no competition. So far, this is my megalopolis for 2025. Goodness gracious. You know what? Jeez. If you spent money on this like me, I'm writing a letter to Universal to get my money back. We'll see how it goes, but oof.
Steve, I've seen movies that would make you wake up in the middle of the night screaming in terror. If you think this is a 3.
All right, well.
You ever been in a storm, Steve? Not a thunderstorm, but a storm of fists.
All right.
Raining down on you, hitting you in the chest.
So hard.
You think your heart's going to stop. You ever seen a movie like that, Steve?
Yeah. It was Megalopolis and this. Oh, geez. All right. Let's get into some spoilers, huh? I got a lot of cons, and I need you to defend this movie like it's your life, like we're juror number 2, if you know what I mean. It's astronomically impossible for me to believe that people would just be sick of dinosaurs. Because in the beginning...
It's a fictional movie.
Could you listen?
Sure.
Listen to me. These are my points. I got arguments. It's just so stupid to think people would be driving through New York City and see a giant bloody dinosaur and be like, it's another Tuesday, you know? Nobody cares about this. No, they made $1 billion at the last whatever. You can't imagine bloody everyone's looking at this thing. They say, want more? Give me a break.
You're saying that people don't think it's weird that there's a big dinosaur
they just think
under a bridge?
They just think it's like a homeless person, like, another Tuesday.
Well, it's kind of like COVID. You know, at first everyone's freaking out.
Here's the thing, though. It's not like COVID
later.
Because it's a giant dinosaur the size of a skyscraper, Christopher.
It's exactly like COVID, okay?
Oh, okay. What, they both came from China?
Both aren't real.
Okay. Oh, very good.
I'm just joking here, buddy.
You're good. Also, okay, here we go. Stupid comedy. Your theater hooted and hollered or whatever.
They loved that
I'm sure.
kid, the boyfriend.
Oh, really?
And I laughed, too. I thought it was kind of fun.
I was Homelander in that theater, man, and so was every single person. You thought
Really?
I was alone in the theater. No one laughed a single bit at anything he said. I was like, okay, you know what? This guy's overstayed his welcome to the point
Was
where...
your theater full?
It was,
or was it pretty empty?
Full. No. It was, I'd say, 60% full. Real bad effort at comedy. Who am I to say, I suck too, but I don't get paid millions of dollars to do any of this.
To defend you a little bit,
okay.
I'm sure if I watched this by myself, I didn't have people laughing at it. I would be Homelander staring at those jokes. The crowd, they were in uproar and they influenced me.
I get that. I've been in theaters like that, and I get that. Red 1 was one of those, maybe, I think, probably. So I knew I was in trouble when they were on the boat, and they're explaining that, hey, we got to get these samples from these animals, or from these dinosaurs. They showed how the syringe worked. If you recall, it sticks into the dinosaur, and it shoots up, and then there's a parachute that comes down. I'm no meteorologist, Christopher, but the small details, if you can't be trusted with the small details, then you don't deserve to be trusted with the big details. Because he shows they're traveling in a boat, going 50 miles an hour, syringe launches up, and it comes right back down to him. Tell me how that works.
He did the 5th grade math class. If you're driving a boat 50 miles per hour and you shoot the dinosaur tracking at 15 miles and he's swimming 30 miles per hour, where's the parachute going to land?
It's going to land in the
X
same
equals
place.
Right there. He did the math. It's simple as that.
Yeah. I think your run-on sentence was more effort than they put into that, whatever they had there.
Because they do 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to be the 3 biggest dinosaurs, but I don't think
The land, sea, and air burger, yep.
they don't say why. Like, why wouldn't any other dinosaur work in theory? It just wouldn't be as effective.
I think they bought this script from an old video game company because it very much plays out like a video game. And they're like, oh, we got to get the sea one. Here's a sea battle. And the land one.
Here's a side mission. We got to pick up these kids.
Yeah. It very much feels like a bad video game. There are so many what I call just so happened moments where it was infuriating. And I just couldn't sanction the buffoonery that I was seeing in front of me.
Can I name a few? The guy's peeing. He's about to get murdered by a velociraptor, and then the pterodactyl thing came in and murdered it. They're about to die, and they find the vents, and they shut the gate just in time, and the T-Rex comes, and they get through the river just in time, and the head can't fit.
Yeah, they have to flag down the helicopter, and Bloody, they're in a giant airport or whatever size thing. He just so happens to find flares just when he needs it.
It was on a helicopter pad. That makes kind of sense.
Okay, except that it's so... Oh, goodness.
I got you there.
Was it on a helicopter pad?
Yeah, isn't there like a landing zone? Wasn't that not a helicopter like landing zone?
I don't think he was directly on it though.
I thought he went up there to try and get their attention, and then there's flares.
I think it was the part where they were under
I'm just disagreeing with
that's fine. You can try to defend this movie, but I'm not going to let you because it's bad. It's a bad movie. It's a bad time. Big Dive, what do you think? Tell us.
Yeah, let us know.
Anyway.
I'm just saying the last 2 Jurassic Worlds were awful.
Yeah.
Especially the last one.
I don't disagree with you.
I remember liking the first one, but that could have been just because there was such a gap. And that was when Chris Pratt, everyone loved him then. I feel like now people always kind of worn out his welcome with the last 2 by now. But this one, I didn't think Scarlett was that good.
Yeah.
Let me just go cons and then I'll go full pros. Did it say that iconic line from the trailer? Because I didn't remember hearing him say it.
Which one?
Don't tell me that's raptors.
Oh.
They're raptors.
They cut a lot out from the trailer, actually.
That wasn't in it, right?
No. Yeah,
I was waiting for the line the whole time, and I was like, did I miss that?
No, yeah, me too. I think they cut it. I think they cut a lot. They should have cut more. Should have cut the whole thing. Anyway, tax
it is too
write-off.
long if we're going cons. Yeah, 2 hours 15. Too long. Didn't need to be.
There's a lot of unearned emotional moments. They try to manipulate you into feeling things.
Dario Naharis, OG Dario. He's in it. I'm like, oh, hey. I was surprised he died because I'm like, oh, it's a known actor. But he dies like 5 minutes in the action.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, was not expecting that. I guess it's a pro. They kill off people. But what you're saying is like, oh, the lady gets on the beach and dies from the dinosaur. I'm like, what is their name?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to care?
I felt that about Mahershala Ali when he was dying or presumed dead. I was like, what's his name? And then she yelled Duncan. I was like, it's Duncan. Duncan's his name. She told me, I know him. Emotional moments that did not work. They tried to use the Jurassic Park theme in ways that you're like, you don't know how to use this theme, do you? Jonathan Bailey and Scarlett Johansson, they got a little bit of a love thing going on, maybe. Maybe he's gay.
I think he is, yeah, probably.
Maybe they got a love thing and they're like telling about their past and they play the emotional Jurassic Park song. And I was like,
Pros?
No.
You got any pros?
I'm not done. Yeah, I got more. You rub your temple. You deserve this. Listen up. Here's the rum. So they're like, hey, we got these samples. They're being used for heart medicine and save billions. And at the end,
it's a noble cause.
It's a noble cause. I'd like to see that come into fruition, Christopher.
Nah, what, you want it to be 2.5 hours long?
No, the whole point, they're getting this thing, and then we don't get to see what they do with the thing. So what's the point of doing it? They're like, this is open source. Give it to everyone. The whole world deserves this medicine. We're just sure, yeah, I get it. But it cuts off. They get a boat, and they're traveling, and they're like, we're out of the woods. We're out of the water. Well, guess what? You're not out of the water, figuratively or literally, because you got the dang Mosasaurus right where you're driving. And then the movie ends.
Well, that's what the sequel's for. Can't wait.
You think they'll do a sequel after this garbage?
I mean, it got a 75% audience, 54% critic, but I feel like it's going to make a good amount of money.
Well, I don't think it's going to make any money.
It's coming out on 4th of July.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to get a few things off my chest about this horrible movie. If you saw this, let me know what you think of it. If I'm out of control, I think I'm being a little harsh, maybe.
We just have two different expectations here.
I think so.
I'm thinking it's a dumb dinosaur movie that I'm like, I don't have to think, who cares what this character is? I just want to see people get eaten by dinosaurs. I think you said it once. You just go open up your skull, you look at your brain, you switch that logic off, and you just try and enjoy a film here.
I tried, but I guess I couldn't.
I'll probably never watch it again.
Yeah.
But for that 2 hours and 15 minutes, I was in that theater full of people. We shared that experience together. And Steve, you can't take that away from us.
I wish not to, Christopher. I wish not to.
Seems like you're trying to. You're trying to take that. You're trying to steal it.
I don't mean to. But you got pros, shoot.
I thought that one guy was funny, the boyfriend.
Oh,
People chuckled at him. He was peeing in the forest. He stopped to pee. He finished peeing. That got a uproar. There's a part where the dinosaur makes a noise in the woods, and he said, "Let's go that way." Killed. People are high-fiving. Oh, man, this guy's a nut. I wonder what the logic is. Every Jurassic Park, you always have to somehow bring a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Is that just to like keep each generation's children scarred of dinosaurs?
Maybe it's to sell toys. That little Dolores thing, Triceratops. You know they're going to sell that thing.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough. For other pros, I'm not stalling. I'm not trying to think of anything here, but...
I'm staying silent because I want to hear Chris.
It wasn't as bad as the last one.
That's true. I'll give you that. I think for me, Dominion's definitely the worst, by far.
Yes.
That's like a 1.5. I don't think you could pay me to watch that again.
I think I might bump it down from a 7 because I can't really think of any other pros.
Okay.
I'm going 6, though.
Okay. I hope I didn't influence you. Do you want to hear my pros?
I already know what the answer is.
What?
You don't have to watch it again. It's over, done. You can block it out of your memory.
You thought of 5 or 6 more than I had, which was 0. So,
okay.
Yeah, whatever you said.
You hated it that much, huh?
Yeah, I did.
You don't like dinos?
I love dinos. I love Jurassic Park, man. One of the best movies of all time.
What's your favorite? Should we do a quick ranking of our Jurassic Parks here?
Here we go.
On a high note?
Here we go. Jurassic Park 1. I'm going to get flack, but Jurassic Park 3. Then Jurassic Park 2. Then Jurassic World 1. Then Jurassic World 2. This one, then Jurassic World 3.
Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park, and then Jurassic Park Lost World. Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, is that the second one? And then Dominion.
Yep.
I just watched Jurassic Park 3 a lot. That was one of the first DVDs we ever owned.
Chris,
so
I remember watching that on DVD too. I remember seeing the bloody behind the scenes.
3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that one. It's great.
Alan.
You know what? That's a great scene where he's dreaming and he's like, Alan.
I know.
That's funny. I like it. I don't care who you are. It's fun.
Dr. Grant says that's a bad idea.
William H. Macy, too, yeah.
What's a bad idea?
Yeah, that's a fun movie. Let's talk more about that movie instead.
I know. How about that Nokia ring?
Even the kid isn't that annoying. He's like capable.
Alex.
Yeah, he can do stuff.
I know. He collects T-Rex pee. It scares away
You
the
do
little
not want
ones.
to know. Yeah, fun time. Anyway, if you're still listening.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks for listening. Bloody, you can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Farmers Only, AOL, Hinge, Grindr, Bumble. Is that all?
That's all. Let's just call it a day. Thanks for listening. Have a good week. Bye.
Popcorn.
This is the
Stale. Popcorn.
Popcorn?